Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. What about you?
Yes, doing all right. Thank you. You can see me, right?
Yes, quite well. Yes.
Okay, all right. How is your day going? We are almost at the end part of the day. So how was your day?
Yeah, it wasn't it was okay. It was nothing, excitement or something like that to express. But yes, it was a quite fun. I mean, quite okay. Not some. There was nothing to like describe or something to tell. This magic had happened or this incident happened. It wasn't like that. It was a cool, calm, peaceful, like a normal day.
Okay, you are still at your work or you came back to home?
No, I'm still at work, and just everything is done now. That no, I was going to have my dinner, but I had session, so I have to attend the session first. After that, I will have my dinner. Then I go back to home, which means that it will be like 12 p.m. reaching to home.
So by 12 a.m. you'll go home and have dinner, then you'll go to bed. And by what time you will wake up again in the morning?
After when I reach at home, 12. So sometimes 12, sometimes 12:10, 12:20, 15 like that. I reach at home usually on every day. So after that, what I do, I perform namaz. Being a coming from Muslim community, so there are 5 times of prayer, which is mandatory for every Muslim. So I do it. So after that, what I do, just sometimes I go on WhatsApp, sometimes I go on Facebook, or sometimes, I just not like it's scrolling on Facebook and doing time pass. It wasn't like that. I do my activities like on Facebook, I get a lot of posts which I have been following. Like there is a
Hmm,
story. So there is a one
right.
mentor that is always posting a story. So I go to the Facebook and follow that particular teacher who's always posting. So write down the story and also the while writing or while listening. So the whichever the new word come across, I write down on my notebook and then start mug up or start creating various sentences with the same words. So these activities I do after
That's
reaching
good.
at home, maybe 1 hour, 1 hour, yeah, 1 hour. And then after that, meanwhile, if my wife calls, so many times I reject, I don't take calls, but she find it little rude and awkward because I'm not taking her call. She's thinking like that, maybe I'm not interested or maybe I'm busy with someone else. That lady and wife, especially when you are online, because it's reflecting that I'm online and I'm not lifting the call. So the lady always
Right.
like that. They will think about something else. They might divert to some other points. But honestly, I'm not like that. I always focus on my work. I always focus on my studies. I don't look up here and there. I don't look around. I don't look. I'm not a what do you call the person that who always looking for a girls or you know. I'm not. I don't care about. I don't look at all that. I find it like
Right.
kind of stupid activities. No, maybe it all happens when you are that growing or teenage and after, during the teenage it happens or after little teenage after 20 25 but now I'm reaching at 30 35. No, maybe I'm wrong. It's not necessary that people after 30 35 they are very innocent or they are
Work
not a sin
oriented.
people.
Yes.
Yeah, sinner people. No, it's not like that. But in my case that I'm completely very straight boy. I don't take care of the I don't I just think about my wife only. There's no anybody. So yeah, but she doesn't
That's
believe
quite
because
good.
I don't. Yeah, I don't take all her. So, but she
I
thinks
guess
that
that's the
he
nature
might
of every
be.
woman out there.
Yeah, it's a human nature. It's quite absolutely. So, but
Uh-huh.
in the morning when I wake up, I send a message to my wife because you are the only one that I care about. I don't look anybody else. Please don't keep anything wrong in your head. And if I could not take your call, maybe I was tired or maybe I was studying. So don't take your mind to to anything else. Like maybe finding some other girl, or maybe I'm talking with someone else. Don't think like that. And if you think like that, it's going to make you little upset or worried. So why do you take all these things
Right.
like unnecessarily you thinking and making yourself upset and what else you can upset or displeased or not happy, you'll be upset by it. Don't think your husband is yours and it's not going to be anybody else. So I
That's
just yeah,
right. Okay, good
but
enough then.
still the lady is like that. The wife is like that. They will still will not believe. What I have realized in 5 years because I keep
Actually, you know
telling
what? You should be happy if your wife thinks like that because a woman will only get jealous or worried about a man only when she loves him. So if
yeah,
she
abs-
doesn't show any interest in you, which means then there is a problem. So as long as
yeah.
she is worried about you about all these things, then everything is going all okay.
Yes, it could be one of the reasons. Absolutely, I agree with your point. Yes, but
Okay, then.
but I
We
think I
have
don't
got a
know the
topic.
woman. They should understand. I mean, your husband telling your close friend telling you once that he's not going to anywhere. He will be looking at you only. You are a center life of him. So
Hmm.
please stable your mind. Don't take your mind to anything else. Like he's not going to anywhere. So they should understand these things. They should believe. But that they don't believe. The lady doesn't believe. That doesn't believe quickly. They must be having some kind of that feeling that there is something wrong. That's why at this late night, he's not taking my call, or he might be something. Yeah. Anyway, so they should understand.
Yeah, that's
They should
right.
know.
No, I
Yeah,
guess, yeah, a relationship is totally built on trust. So the mutual trust obviously should be there between every couple.
yeah, yes, of course. Yes, yes, yes. All right.
Yeah. But I would say that, yeah, to some extent, doubt is something which spoils a relationship, but this little kind of doubt, this spices up a relationship as well. Otherwise, it will be all boring.
Oh,
So sometimes
yeah,
giving
yeah.
explanation, where were you, what were you doing? So these things are all right. To a some
There
level,
should be little.
obviously. A high level of
Yes.
doubt and suspicion obviously is not good for a healthy relationship.
I agree. Yeah, of course, if you completely, that you're not asking questions. So that it should be like that. Oh, I'm not calling my wife, and she's also not bothering to call me back, or not even bothering to question me back. But we are human. We always have kind of the feeling, okay, maybe my wife also busy with somebody else. Like I'm talking about the
Exactly.
human nature. So it's better, yes. Like you said earlier, that the if somebody loves to someone, so 100% there will be questions, there will be doubts, there will be worries. If you don't lift her
Exactly.
call, if you don't क्या कहते हैं उसको? Care. If you don't care, or no, it's not about care.
Yes, make
If you
queries
don't
about the
give the
person.
time,
Exactly.
yeah, if you don't give the time to your partner, so definitely they are going to be little worried or little, that making
Mhm.
drama or little uh, notorious kind of the things you create. Yeah, and it's good if you don't make it like that. So I think there is a relationship you will not it does not feel stronger. So it has to be there. Like fine. But do not take to
Exactly.
that level that will harm your relationship and will lead to that level where the relationship get ends. So you should not have kind of the suspicious or kind of the doubt on your husband or your wife. So you need to maintain that always between you both. It's important. The line, that
That's
don't cross that line. Yeah, like you said,
and
the relationship totally based on a trust. So it's important for both of them to maintain that trust. Yeah.
100%. And I guess many problems arise because the men's psychology and women's psychology both are totally different. So women are
Mhm.
more like they're based on, verbal assurance. So when you are
Mhm.
assuring a
Mhm.
woman that, okay, I'm there for you, I'm not busy, or even I'm busy with this particular work. So that is something which makes much more sense to her. rather than
mm,
ignoring or just telling that come on, it completely makes sense, obviously I'll be busy with work only. So nothing, you just
mm,
have to explain it properly what kind of work you're busy with. Until and unless you give some verbal explanation to a woman, she will never be satisfied. So that's how our mentality or our the whole psychology works. We can't
mm.
help it.
Yeah, and what I was like, uh, I skip it. Oh, so,
Hmm.
mm, okay,
Sorry,
moving to
did you
some,
ask me any
moving to
question?
some. No, I had something to ask. It was a great. It was relating to the same point which was going on, but suddenly it skipped. I don't know. It was like something. Okay, leave it, forget it. We move to the next things. So we would.
No problem. Maybe it will pop up in your mind later, so you can share that with me. Okay, right.
All right.
So our today's topic is also, I would say quite feminine, which is about shopping spree. So I don't know, as it's quite a fact that women are more interested in shopping than men. So do you also appreciate it, or are you a different person? Being a man, also you are quite interested in shopping.
I, oh, do you actually the music is very loud, not able to audible your questions. So I'm just waiting the music to switch off or turn off. Just wait me a
Okay,
minute,
let me
and I
repeat that.
want you to repeat the questions. Yeah, of course. You getting
Yeah,
a
yeah, sure, sure,
voice
sure.
at
Let
my
me be a
background?
little
Something?
louder.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
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 I
that's
can't hear
fine. It's
anything.
fine.
It's not
Uh,
coming actually. Yeah.
oh,
Okay, let me repeat. No
but
problem.
the music is at loud. Yeah, fine.
Yeah. So I just asked
Please,
that
Disha.
it's a fact that women are much more interested in shopping than men. Do you also appreciate this fact that yes, women are much more interested in shopping?
Yes, I believe the women are much more interesting in shopping because yes, and I think yes, I'm 100. I'm girls or women, yes, of course, women. So they love more shopping than a man. Man find sometimes, not sometimes, many times. But maybe the man is okay at early age, like when they are in during their teenage. But after growing up, once they get married and have children and all that, after that they become a lot busy at their work. After that, they're not moving for a shopping or they're not attracting toward the shopping center just because that they have a lot of burden and the one is the work place burden and of course simultaneously they have the family burden. So they started. I'm talking about, I think, especially it's middle class families, which happens because I'm coming also from the middle class. So what I have observed, even I don't know about the richest person, maybe they schedule it and they go further, but I'm not very sure about them. But the people coming from the middle class, they always have kind of the burden overwhelming over them, and they don't look for the shopping. But yes, it's women only that who that push their husband, push their brothers. Please look at this. I have purchased this suit. How it looks like, how it looks like my footwear. Please look at that. Today I bought. So women is the one that who start or attracts toward the shopping. Take their husband or take their brother or sisters. Okay, please let's go for shopping because there is something some there is a new thing has come in the market. So please let's go and shop them. So I will say someone
Right.
yes. Hmm.
Yeah. What about bargaining? As long as bargaining is concerned, what do you feel? Do you feel it is boring, or do you think no, it's a great way of saving money?
It's a great way, 100% a great way to save your money. You need to bargain. It's important to bargain. But I'm one of those that would never bargain. Honestly, I'm telling you, I have learned since I came to Hyderabad, whenever, that I'm talking for some maintenance work, whenever I'm going to, that the carpenter thinks something is not okay, I have called the carpenter and to fix that issues. So they will give the quotation and the
Hmm.
quotation when I share with my owners. So he always asks me, "Nisha, okay, fine. Is it final quotations? Did you check with them the financial discounts or some concessions on that? Just because each time when I'm sharing, so I have learned one thing, and each time when I got this message from the owner and I cross check with the vendor or supplier, I got 10%, 20%, and many times I got a lot of you know deductions from that particular amounts. And like example, they gave me 1 lakh rupees, and after debating, after discussing with them again, and then I got some amount of the discount. So it happens, and it's necessary to save your money. It's mandatory to save your money.
Yeah, but unfortunately, many men, especially, they find it quite boring and embarrassing,
Yeah, so
right?
I'm the one I said like that. I go to the shop if it's any particular amount, so I have to pay and go back from there and go from there. Just because I don't prefer to ask me to reduce the money, I find awkward to ask for bargaining. Really, I'm one of those. But I've learned, and this is not a bad. I think people already had given the higher price just because they think that anybody comes to me, that really they will ask for discount or something. So this is the culture started in the market also. They already, if it is 4,000 cup rice, then if somebody even they know if you tell them 4,000, they think they're going to ask you give me 3,000, 2,500. Definitely the people will ask for the deduction of not deduction, reducing of the amounts. Just and this culture has become you know has expanded all over the market. That's for sure. And it's important
That's
for everyone. Yeah, it feels awkward, but it's necessary to follow.
right. Why do you feel women are more comfortable, or I would say they're more able to bargain in terms of bargaining? They just do it quite well, at least better than men. Why do you think so? Do you feel that women have better communicational skills, or they have this ability to
Mm.
manipulate people or intermediate people very easily? Is that the
When
reason
you say
behind it?
manipulating, what do you mean by that? Manipulating?
Manipulate.
Could you define the word of manipulating? Yeah, manipulate.
Sorry, are you asking me the meaning of manipulate?
Could you? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
persuading something to do. For example, let's say I want you to talk on a topic, but you are quite reluctant. You're not willing to do it. So I'm giving you some kind of explanation. I'm trying to make you understand why is it important. This is called manipulating, making something do some task while they were unwilling to do it. So this is called manipulation. Okay, brainwashing, something like that. You want understand brainwash?
Mm. Mm. Yes.
Manipulation is just like that. Right.
Okay. So the question. What's the question?
Yeah, yeah. Let me repeat the question. So, do you think women are better at manipulating people, making them do what they don't want to do? Are females better in it? That's why they are good at bargaining, at least better than men.
I don't know. It's somewhere I feel like that when some women talk to a shopkeepers or the man become you know the salesperson. That when talking to a girl, already the 50% that he has you know mm, put himself,
Melted. That
I'm
person has
melted. Yes, that's
melted.
correct. Yeah, 50% already melted. When the female start talking, even she's not good at communication, but the man is kind of. That's why culture has come in the market that always put a girls. I have seen in my field that like there are some people who are started hiring the girls at restaurant and at the reception at the sales place, at the main place like receptions you can say.
Hmm.
So I have seen that when a female start telling something and trying to convince the man, and he convinces immediately. I mean, he doesn't want a lot of excuses. He doesn't want a lot of not excuses, reasons. The man doesn't want to hear a lot of reasons. He's okay. One time the guy will tell to the man, he accepts it. So I think it's natural somewhere it happens. It's not like that this woman is better at communication. That's why they are much better at bargaining. No, it is not like that. Even man is much better at communication, but he would not be able to, you know. bargain how the girls does. So how the
How
woman
girls
does.
do.
Yes. How
Hmm.
women do. Yeah.
Yes. See, nowadays the plural form of women is women only. No longer we use women's, okay? It's women.
Mm-hmm.
WOMEN, women, not women's.
Mm.
S shouldn't be used. Okay?
All right.
Yeah. Now let's talk about two, three idioms, which is again related to this topic, shopping. Okay. The
Mm.
first one is quite common. I am sure you must have heard this earlier. Cost an arm and a leg. Have you heard it earlier? Cost an arm and a leg.
No, I don't remember. I have
You
not
didn't
come
hear
across
it?
with such area. No, no, no.
Okay. So something
Maybe
is
I
very,
came.
very
Come,
expensive. Yeah, maybe you heard it, but you're not being able to recall. So let me explain the meaning. When something is very, very expensive, we call it, it costs an arm and a leg. Okay, let's say you have gone to some, shop. You want to buy some watch, which is obviously out of your budget. Instead of saying that it's very expensive, you can simply say, "Oh my God, it costs an arm and a leg," which means it's very expensive. So it's nothing, another way of saying expensive. You got me?
yes.
Yes. That is the first one. Second one is penny pincher. Have you heard penny pincher?
No.
Let me tell you then. It's a funny one. Penny pincher is a person who doesn't like to spend much money. So he is called a penny pincher.
Mm.
So are you a penny pincher by any chance?
Mm. Mm, I can't say that I'm a funny pincher, but yes, I'm not a lavish person also. Like, I'm not a person that would spend
Okay.
money unnecessarily at anywhere. But I'm not a funny pincher. Yeah. People used to call me,
All
used to call me that is a funny pincher, but really, I'm not one of, I feel that if something relatable, if something important which can be utilized, then only you can expend your money. Don't expend your money at anything. Okay.
true. And that makes sense only. Yeah, that's right. So the opposite of
Mhm.
penny pincher, a person who loves to spend money and spends money unnecessarily. Do you know who's that person called? A person who spends money unnecessarily?
I used to come across that kind of the word, but really it's not. I'm not able to recall that word right now.
Let
I
me
have
tell you.
heard, not heard. I have come across many times, but it's still not able to recall that word. Yes, please go
No
ahead and tell
problem,
me.
no problem. Might happen. Yeah. The word is extravagant. A person who spends money unnecessarily. Extravagant. Okay?
Okay, extra again. So I wanted to know one thing, that all these words that you are teaching me today, that all these words are there in today's note.
Uh, well,
All
let
these
me
idioms.
check. No, 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 no,
Because
no,
I don't
no.
know, because I will forget, because if I have to re-watch the video, maybe the spelling will not find correct. Like, I can hear you what you are saying, but still when I go to the Google and find the same word and meanings for my for my retentions, that was so that time I will not be able to.
I have written actually in the chat. If it is possible, you can write it down if it's not a problem.
Extravagant. Extravagant. Okay, so one is extravagant and the first penny pincher.
Yeah. And the very first
Penny
one was
pincher.
was arm and a leg. Well, for the meaning, you can refer to the recording of the session, maybe. Okay, the last 5 or 4 minutes of the recording will help you to remember the meanings. Okay?
Okay. So I wrote the two of the idioms. One is extravagant, and the second was penny pincher. And the first one
Mhm.
you told me, what was that?
I have
Could you tell
written
me
it
that
in
one?
the chat. Costs
The
an arm and a leg.
cost and arms and leg. How do you spell it?
Yeah.
How to pronounce? Cost and
Costs
arm.
an arm and a leg. Yes.
Cost and arm.
Arm, arm. Hand, hand, the synonym of hand, arm.
Hmm.
ARM.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Now,
For the
let me
meaning,
tell
I
you
will
another one.
rewatch the video.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't understand. Please repeat.
For the meaning that I will rewatch the video and get to know.
Yeah,
Or either
maybe not the
I
whole
can
video,
Google it and
only the
find it
last
out.
part of the video can help you. Okay, maybe the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
part of the video will be helpful.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Even I can Google it. I'll find it, right?
Let me tell you the last one. You can write it down. Cut your cloth accordingly. Do you know the meaning? Cut your cloth accordingly.
Touch your cloth.
Accordingly.
No.
It means
Or-
spending money according to your income. That is called cut your cloth accordingly. Let's say your
Okay.
income is, for example, 50K. So obviously your monthly expenses cannot be 60K, right? So you'll have
Mm,
to keep something for savings, you'll have to keep something for future, and then you'll have to maintain your expenses according to the amount which you are earning per month. So that is called cut your cloth accordingly. I guess every person should cut their cloth accordingly. That's very much needed, right?
absolutely correct.
Yeah. So these are two, three, four idioms or words which can be used. So the next time when you are talking about shopping, you are in a conversation about shopping, please do not forget to use these words. Okay? Because you
Mm,
need to use them as your active vocabulary, not the passive one. So make sure that you are
mm.
practicing.